Hey there. I felt somewhat of a need to post an update, not because I have anything really new or interesting to say about the same idiotic, evil bullshit that's been occurring. It's reached a point where I think many of my predictions are actually coming true regarding this whole networked, organized conspiracy of gang stalking activity. It has grown. I can sense that there's more and more of these gang stalkers around me, which tells me that the toxicity within law enforcement and many levels of authority is seeping to the public. Um, I seem to think that many people who get arrested for drug offenses, things like that, get lured into gang stalking activity, and it's all networked and organized globally, it seems. I'm sure many of you actually hear me through the synthetic telepathy, and due to the power of the influencing and control that's happening, it's censoring our speech and our ability to not only reason, but to talk about things that we know to be true, things that we suspect and we sense heavily. It's throwing off our natural intuition and ability to reason. We're quite literally going through a spiritual conflict amidst a networked organized conspiracy of human rights violation and quite literally treason. It's abhorrent and cruel what they are doing to people to harm them psychologically while expecting us to resume normal and to keep our mouths shut. It's starting to show its wear and tear, and I sense that there's going to be many people continuing to leave this earth as a result of this type of life interference that's going on. It's not okay what's happening, and it's quite literally the work of the devil, like I've stated many, many times. Um, it's getting disheartening for me because I'm beginning to see that nobody that I know is ever going to snap out of this shit, I don't think. At this point, they are just different people. They're quite soulless. They're narcissistic pieces of shit that can only ever blame other people. And anybody like me who has any logic or reason, they will find a way to refute it or to invalidate it or to just run me in the ground. These gang stalkers are quite literally guided by evil. Many of them are evil entities on this planet that don't seem fully human. They don't emote or possess an emotional depth or intelligence of that of a human being like myself and other people like me. So what we're dealing with is not what God intended. It goes against the ways and laws of nature, and it's creating an artificial, false, hollow reality where we're just going through our doldrum, boring ass motions, trying to keep living while repressing all of the horrible things that we're becoming privy to as a result of this synthetic telepathy harassment torture device. I guess the powers that be know that they have the ability to manipulate the situation in many ways, so they are rubbing our faces in the abuse that they're subjecting us to while expecting us to resume normal, and God forbid we ever call them out. I think many of us in the world have become aware of the toxicity of the people around us and the quite repugnant things that they have done, and we're literally suppressed. We're being censored. Our freedom of speech is being violated. Our rights are being removed, and we can't even always prove it. I'm a highly intuitive person, and I sense that the average person is just completely stuck and can't even think about a creative way to handle this type of situation. It's just becoming that pervasive that we live in a police state where we're surveillanced and we're aware of it because we're made aware of it all the time. And we sense that people around us aren't the same because they're not. And we're expected to just fake it till we make it. And it's not going to work like that long term, I don't think. We're going to start to see more and more people leaving this earth, I believe. I predicted a suicide epidemic that would be occurring, and I think we were in the midst of it. But because of synthetic telepathy and the fact that they are removing many of our abilities to do things that we want to do, they're trying to cripple communication, standard communication between people. They want this globalization to be our communication source as we twist further and further away from each other. When a calamity occurs and we're already disconnected and twisted apart, then what the fuck? They made the world a jaded, bitter place by revealing everything that there is to know about people, including a bunch of bullshit, so we're never quite sure how to feel about one another. It's toxic and evil, and there's so many people playing a part in a role in this by now. It's spread so far that odds are in our families that there are gang stalkers or people that are narrowly monitoring us in our own families that are sabotaging our lives, especially if we're woke and have any kind of will to speak about it amongst each other. They want to heavily censor that and just create the illusion that now we're just living our normal lives. This is normal. There's nothing weird to see here. Don't talk about it. That's bullshit. No, fucking talk about it. If you're able to, I'm urging that people become inspired to maybe re-examine how the world and many institutions at play here have failed the planet Earth. It's the axis of evil, essentially. I'll get more in detail about calling out these institutions and these individuals the closer I get to my expiration date, because I'm not going to be here that much longer in this current condition, man. Not unless some shit changes and I'm able to at least commiserate and vent to a human being about what I'm experiencing, because I know I'm not the only one. The world is just under such a weird grip of control and manipulation that it's going to be an uphill battle. So if you're able to talk about this, I urge it every time, and I'm not going to keep begging, but if you want to fucking discuss this horrible reptilian conspiracy that's happening, then call me on that motherfucking number on my page description. And if you can't, then it's just a sign of the times, I believe, for many ways. But I'm just going to keep living, and I'm going to make a big boom on the way out and call out a bunch of motherfuckers that have done wrong to me, and as well as the institutions at play that are guided by the devil that are committing this conspiracy. So stay posted. I'll have an update soon that'll be more specific. Hopefully I don't have to send that update, but if I do, I'll do it. All right, but anyway, love you guys for what it's worth. Peace.